Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Happy holiday season. Technically speaking, we're recording these a lot earlier than when you're seeing them, so we have to remind ourselves to think into the future. So,
Happy holidays.
happy holidays, everyone. Hope your Halloween was a good one, even though that probably took place 2 weeks ago. But hopefully, you're still eating the candy and you didn't go through it a lot.
Oh, not in one night.
Oh man, those are good old days. But welcome to another episode of the Castle Family Vlog. On today's episode, we're gonna talk about mistakes that Disney adults or first time families going to Disney make when going to the Walt Disney World Resort. And we've made some of these mistakes
Back in the day.
back in the day. We've learned from those mistakes, which is why when people ask us, why do you go to Disney so much if you don't have children? For this exact reason. To learn from our mistakes without children so that we can plan the perfect vacation for our children where we don't lose our sanity.
Oh my God, yes.
Where
Yes.
it stays magical and it doesn't become an anxiety filled
Evening. Afternoon.
day.
Day. The
Okay.
the whole vacation.
So that's why we're making this specific video.
And hopefully help somebody.
Would you like to talk about the first mistake that you think people make?
No. I'd rather you start.
Okay.
Go.
So, for me, and this is going to be controversial, I feel the first mistake, and remember, we've done this, is not stay on Disney.
I'll preface this whole thing is we have done these mistakes.
Yes.
And that's why we're comfortable saying that they are mistakes.
Mhm.
We're going to give you reasons why
Mm-hmm.
and better options.
Yes.
Here, let me
So,
move that.
the first reason that we're going to actually say, as I get closer to the camera, hello everyone, oh, that line right there, hello, is,
Is not staying on Disney property.
is not staying on
That's
Disney
what he's
property.
trying to say for
Okay.
the 2 times now.
Controversial?
Yes.
Yes. Hear me out. Hear me out. Yes, it may be cheaper to stay off property, but the amenities that you get when you stay on Disney property is a lot more than not staying on property. Again,
Yes.
Rebecca and I have stayed both on property and off property, and we can tell you staying on property is the best decision we've ever made, and we
It's
will
the way to
never
go.
ever go back to staying off property. Why? Number one, convenient transportation.
Yes.
You have the monorail, you have the Disney buses, you have the Skyliner, you have the minivans if you technically want to take the minivans. Okay, it's if you rented your own car, it's easier. You may get a discount depending on what resort you're staying at for the parking. Okay, that's number one. Number two, early entry into the parks
Correct.
or extra magic hours at the end
Yes.
as well. Okay, number three possible reason as to why stay. If you're staying on Disney property, you can now book your lightning lane 7 days prior to your vacation starting instead of doing it the day of your theme park day. So that's actually a new one that the Walt Disney World Company has now started. You can now book your lightning lanes 7 days prior to your actual vacation starting.
If you're not staying on Disney property, they changed it to 3 days.
It is, see, so you still get a 4-day window, which is a huge help. Especially if you
Yes,
want to
it
do
is.
those big attractions that are new or the ones that everyone's doing. For example, like Tiana's Bayou, okay, or Guardians of the Galaxy. So those are big things. And then you also get to do the Disney dining plan. Now, that's another one that could be controversial. It may not work for you this vacation that you're planning on taking. It might have worked for you the last vacation. It all depends on, does it work for you?
Yes. Like Ricky said, like we understand the whole budget concept. And with even having a budget in mind, staying on Disney property could still save you money, depending on how you do it. There are value resorts that are going to help you save money on hotels, staying on property. And then, let's say you stay off property. How are you getting yourself to the resort, to the Walt Disney World Resort? You're hoping that your hotel offers some type of shuttle, which we've done, and
And it's one
it's
shuttle.
if you are concerned about Disney buses, let me tell you, off-property ones are atrocious. But now you don't have to worry about even spending money on Ubers, getting a rental car. It provides you the flexibility of I could take a boat, bus,
I
Skyliner,
forgot to mention boat.
and if you want to spend the money, Uber. But for me, in my opinion, the transportation alone is worth it, especially in one of those days. Like if you're going on an adult trip and you're hitting up Epcot for the day and doing the famous let's drink around the world,
Be responsible.
you don't want to drive to the park. And if all of you with your friends, you don't want to be the DD, the designated driver, and you want to partake in a beverage with your companions for the day, now you don't have to worry about that. And obviously, please, we are not advocating getting drunk in Disney World. You do not want to be that shame person that is being escorted out by Disney security and banned for life because you could not behave in Disney World. We are not advocating for that. But, everybody has a drinking tolerance that's different. So if you want to partake in drinking around the world, you don't want to worry about having to drive afterwards. And having Disney buses and not driving is a big perk to that. And that's a huge safety issue if you want to even take it a step further beyond budgeting. It's nice to not have to worry that after, on the other end, you've spent rope dropped to closing with your kids and now you are exhausted at the end of the day and you have to get behind the wheel of a car. You're tired. If you're sitting on the bus, you can take that quick little cat nap while you're holding on to your child. And
Or in my case, all the bags and the stroller and all
yeah.
that. Not that we've done that. Go back to the videos and you'll understand why.
Yeah,
We
check
don't
out
do
our
that sort
previous
of thing.
videos. We'll tell you what we do when we stay on Disney
That's right.
property and what we would recommend. But on to the next rookie mistake.
On to the next mistake. I don't want to say rookie. We've made mistakes even after going to Disney still.
Okay.
Just
Fine.
mistakes first timers make when they go to Disney. The next one, and again, these are not in any particular order. This is not the top mistake people make. These are in no order. This is what we've come across, what we've seen, and mistakes that we've made. Is not knowing. We'll give her a second to show off her mug. There you go. And her shirt.
I'm matching my theme this evening.
That's right.
Please continue.
Is not knowing the operating hours or the closures of when you're going on your trip. Right now, as this video is being recorded, Magic Kingdom has Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party going on. By the time you see this video, it'll be Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party is going on.
Both which are awesome.
Both of which are awesome. Both which forces the park to close early unless you have a ticket to those special events. Okay, another time is Rebecca and I believe on our last trip that we just went to Disney, Hollywood Studios was closing early for a private corporate event.
Yes.
Remember, big corporations sometimes rent out the park for 4 to 5 hours, beginning from 6 p.m. to close. And
I haven't been lucky enough to be on one of those corporate events, but maybe
that'd
one day
be
in
nice.
the future.
So you just have to pay attention to closures and also refurbishments.
Yes.
You know, not it's rare that the water parks are both open at the same time. It's usually one or the other.
And if you're going, not to cut you off, but
No, not
in
at all.
conjunction with the refurbishments, you want to do your research on the rides that are being refurbished, because you would hate to plan an entire trip with the main desire of getting on Pirates of the Caribbean, and you didn't do any research, and Pirates is down for refurbishment for the majority of the time that you're there, or the entire time that you're there. That could, depending on what is your goals for your vacation, that could be a real big deal breaker for deciding to take that trip, and could ruin somebody's trip potentially.
Case in point, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad going down at the beginning of next year for an indefinite amount of time.
Yes.
So you're losing one of the mountains when you go to Magic Kingdom. So take that into consideration. Also take into consideration that your hotel might be going through refurbishment
Yes.
as well. So keep that in mind as you're booking your vacation. Which hotels are doing refurbishments? Remember, there's no close. There's no off period for the Walt Disney World
Yes,
Resort
that's true.
in Orlando, Florida. They're open 365 days. Okay, unless there's catastrophes going on, and our hearts are with everyone in the Florida region. We hope you're all recovering safe and sound from Milton and the prior hurricane before that. But those are really the only times where the not just the Magic Kingdom, but the entire Walt
Disney
Disney World
World.
Resort shuts down, is for major catastrophes. So
Yeah.
they need to find time to do their refurbishments. I believe when we were at Boardwalk,
That's correct.
part of it was under refurbishment.
Yeah. And I will give it to Walt Disney. They do really well at hiding their refurbishments and
Mhm.
construction from
Mhm.
people to see. But there is a visible notice. And then they even put signs up around the resort.
We apologize for our appearance.
Yeah, as we work on what we're doing, and they give you the operating hours, and they're really good. They cut it off at a decent time, so you're not concerned about being woken up too early or staying up too late because there's noise around. But if you're worried that when you go that there is going to be not so much magical, and you're gonna see scaffolding like the Grand Floridian recently had,
Hmm.
when you go, that's something that when you're booking your Walt Disney World trip,
It'll be right there.
it'll be right there at the top of that resort that you're looking at. This is under refurbishment from this period to this period. And you have to also be gracious that construction doesn't stay on time. So they might say this, and you want to be cautious of that end window if you book too close, that God forbid things go over and you still get that refurbishment time.
Right. 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 So on to the next one, which is going to be funny. Taking bad advice. You know, listening to those people on YouTube.
Hey.
Hey, oh, wait, that's even me. But it's true. Just because somebody on YouTube, where you consume information, and thank you so much, by the way, for coming to our channel to consume our information, but just because we say something doesn't mean it works for you and your family on this specific trip.
You have to be mind conscious of what you are going to need on your vacation, whether it's a adult trip, whether it's a family trip, staycation, going to the parks. You have to be conscious of the advice you're taking and make sure it actually functions for you and your group or your family.
What works for us may not work for a family of 6 whose 4 children are between the ages of 15 and 8. Okay? Our family of 4 is with a 4-year-old and a 5-month-old. So take our information with a grain of salt. We hope it does help in some way, shape, or form, but you don't have to follow everything to the T, everything to the letter. And we try our best when we talk to family, when we talk to friends. We always ask, tell me who will be coming with you on your vacation. We try to give advice tailored to, most importantly, the children, but also the parents. Like, what are you looking to do? So take that into consideration when you're watching our channel or any other Disney content creator channels when planning your vacation. So something to think about. Even though we love you taking our advice, but yes, it's funny that
And
we're
please
saying.
keep coming back. But I'm gonna say our next one, rookie mistake, would be sorry. I heard the pitter patter and I got nervous, but it was just our dog. Um, our next mistake that we say people do is not knowing Disney tech. Disney offers the My Disney Experience app, and that app can do a multitude of things. You can do early check-ins with it. You get all your dining reservations on there. You can book dining reservations on there. Once they're confirmed, you can modify them. You can do your lightning lanes on there.
That's right.
You can track your wait times on there.
Yeah. You can have your entire family as your friends and family. So when it comes time to making those reservations, whoever the main party person is can add this person, add that person, add everyone can be there on the list. And you don't really need to worry about, is this person on the list? No. Everything is on the My Disney Experience app. And if you're having any issues, you can contact guest relations from the My Disney Experience app instead of going and getting on that line and asking for assistance at the theme park. Or if you're at the World of Disney or the Emporium in Magic Kingdom,
Yes.
you can do mobile checkout. You can scan those items using the My Disney Experience app and check out right there instead of it getting on the long line at the cash register.
Because lines can
So,
be long depending on what day you go.
The moment you know, the moment you've booked your trip, download that My Disney Experience app either on the App Store for iPhone and Google Play or Play Store in the Android thing. Honestly, who has the Droid? But anyway, that's besides the point. I know that's it.
We're
I've started
clearly
it.
an iPhone family.
We are
so
clearly an Apple family.
we're an app store kind of family.
The
But
next one
yes,
is huge. Not planning for Florida weather.
yes,
If
That's
you didn't
massive.
know, it gets hot
yes.
in the summertime. I say between Memorial Day and Labor Day. It's hot.
I would say past Labor Day, in my opinion. We've gone in September and we've gone in October and it
And
was
it's hot.
freaking
Yeah, that's
90
right.
degrees
Yeah.
outside for our son's
Yeah.
first.
What's that language, young lady?
Sorry, for our son's first birthday trip.
So-
It was so altering.
And one thing the Castle family can say, rain
Oh
does
yeah,
not stop us.
no, it doesn't.
Okay? We don't do the ponchos. We don't do the umbrellas. We get good raincoats. We get covers for the backpacks. Rain cover for the stroller. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a big, big time mistake that people make.
Yes.
Okay? And always assume it's going to rain.
Yes.
Just,
So-
just
Let's start from the top. We always bring a raincoat. We pack it in our backpacks or we pack it at the bottom of the stroller. And we, like you said, we get rain. We typically bring our Camelback backpacks. And if you go to their store, they offer rain covers on the backpack. So it's an easy little clip at the top and a pull string at the bottom to make it nice and snug. So now your backpack is waterproof. And then the stroller cover. Big mistake that a lot of people do is one, not bring one, and two, don't use it. You will be parking your stroller around Walt Disney World. You will be on lines anywhere from 5 minutes to 2
hours.
hours easily, depending on what ride you're getting on. And that rain, it will come. I don't think we've been on one Disney World trip that it has not rained on us.
Yeah,
We've
no.
never had a
rain-free trip.
rain-free trip. So when we leave our stroller, even if it's bright and sunny outside, that rain cover is going on because who wants to come back to their stroller being soaked, and now their child wants to sit, and now their child doesn't want to sit in the stroller because it's soaking wet, and now, even if they are willing to, now their clothing is going to be soaking wet. Rain cover, rain cover, rain cover. Bring a rain cover for your stroller.
And to go along with that, there's always extra socks
Yes.
in the bags. And then to go along with that, do not buy brand new sneakers and wait to wear them until you're in Disney World.
Yes.
You will be walking probably a minimum of 15 to 20,000 steps
Easily.
Not the time you want to break out new sneakers. Buy
No.
them beforehand.
Yeah.
Break them in 2 to 3 months beforehand. Get a good thing going with them, and then bring them. And don't just bring one pair,
No.
because if you get caught in that inevitable
Rainstorm.
mid-afternoon rainstorm,
That 3 p.m. hour is always good for one.
now you're stuck with wet sneakers for the duration of your trip, unless you bring extra sneakers. Minimum for me, and Rebecca can attest to this, depending on how long, minimum 2 or 3 pairs of sneakers. Minimum.
That's accurate.
Every day it's a new pair.
For us, we're a sneaker family. I can honestly attest and say I have no idea how people wear flip-flops, sandals, or Crocs all day long. You guys are troopers and you're amazing, but I could never do it. My feet, let alone my knees and ankle, would be killing me from that type of footwear all day long, walking 20,000 steps.
Yeah, we
But we're a sneaker family, even for our kids, and we wear Saucony's.
I was just gonna say we wear mom and dad sneakers.
Yeah, we wear Saucony sneakers. We're
we don't
not
wear
a
Nike, Jordans, Air Force Ones, Uptowns, Dunks.
No.
No,
Not for that type
no
of trip.
Yeezys. No. It's literally my dad's sneakers, aka my Sauconys, or Hoka's.
I feel like Saucony's or
Hoka. What are they called?
I think they're Hoka's. I don't
But
know.
Saucony.
Saucony is the new Balance.
Yeah.
And Saucony is the new
So-
New Balance.
And goods. Don't underestimate the power of a good sock.
Yes.
I'm serious.
This is true.
Yeah, like moisture wicking, breathable sock. You don't want a hot sock that keeps your foot hot, because that just travels up your entire body and it will just
And your feet are retaining moisture. You don't want to catch a case of athlete's foot when you're on vacation.
This took a turn for the worse.
Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
okay, let's get back on track. So, our next thing that we are going to say that people do as a mistake is not taking advantage of their booking windows.
That's someone's favorite day.
It is.
We get up so early that
Don't
day.
miss out on those booking windows, because 60 days prior to your vacation, you can book those dining reservations. It is at 6 a.m. in the morning, so you have to be up and ready to go and get that cup of coffee going. And
The computer's on, have the phone ready to go, the iPad's ready
the tablet,
to go.
you're refreshing on everything.
It's
But you have to take advantage of that 60-day window, especially if there is that one restaurant you want to go to.
Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest. Cinderella's Royal Table. Our latest one that we've been going is Skipper's Canteen and Magic Kingdom that we've enjoyed several times. And our latest thing is we've been hopping around restaurants in Magic Kingdom every time we go. But I would hate for a family to plan and not remember that booking window, because you are planning this wonderful magical trip. Your daughter's all excited or your son is all excited, and they want to see Cinderella. They want to meet the Beast. And you forget that booking window, and you just can't get that reservation sometimes. Even though they offer walk-up lists, but there's only so much magic somebody can extend if the restaurant is full.
And then especially for little kids, the character dining.
Oh, yes.
Those are the first ones that go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's your opportunity. And once it's based on your first vacation day. That's 60 days out. So once your first day is 60 days out, you can now book
the entire stay.
your entire vacation.
Even if you're doing a full 10-day length stay, every single day of that trip, you can book every single reservation, which gives you an advantage over other people, because let's say you're doing 10 days and someone overlaps you on your 8th day, you've already surpassed them in that booking window, and you're booking on their first couple of days. So you gotta really take advantage, because that means other people are doing that to you when you're booking yours.
And now that I'm thinking about it, another mistake is not doing research on which restaurants or character dining experiences you want to do, and then you're trying to do that on the fly.
Oh yeah, no.
You're trying to do that on the fly at 6 o'clock in the morning
While everybody else
While
in the
everyone else
world
is doing
that is
it
going
as
to
well.
Disney World
So
is trying to book theirs.
do
Do your
your
research. I love you.
love you too. Do your research beforehand. Like, let's say you book your trip a year in advance. Congratulations, that's awesome. And you can book them a year out in advance. In that time while you're waiting, look at the restaurants at Magic Kingdom. Look at the restaurants at Epcot. Same thing for Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. That sounds like another video we might do.
What?
I think I like that.
Okay.
So
You'll tell me later.
So do the research on the restaurants. What character dining do you want to do? And don't forget, it's not just in the theme parks.
Yes.
It's the dining experiences at other hotels if you want to go there too.
At Disney Springs.
Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary. Everyone likes that one.
Ohana's.
Yeah.
Like,
Sanaa. You know? So it's a lot. Okay? So
it is a lot. So
plan it out properly. Do your research. But most importantly, don't forget to use your booking windows. Same thing goes for your Lightning Lane. If you're staying on property, 7 days out. If you're not staying on property, 3 days out. Okay? Use your booking windows. It's very key. It's a very, very important day in the Castle family household when it comes to booking windows. It is marked. We wake up 2 hours before, make sure the laptops are all charged and
we're
ready
usually
to go.
working, so we have to make
You're
sure we're
working. I'm usually here just waiting.
No, like usually, yeah, that's happened too. But no, what I was trying to say is usually like a working day for us. So we get up early, get ourselves ready, so we can sit down and book our stuff, and then leave for work. Or if I'm stuck at work, I'll be there like, okay, let's do this.
Yep, that's all you.
Okay.
Because you have been a culprit of that one.
Okay, so this one definitely falls more on me because I am the person in our family that does the majority of this.
This is not, she's not wrong. I fully admit it.
Do not overpack. I know you are a lot of people out there are creatures of habit and comfort and they want their things with them. But I am a planner. I will literally sit down and say, all right, this is how many days we're going. 1 t-shirt a day. You bring 1 extra shirt just in case you have to rotate things out. This number of pants, socks, undergarments, down to shoes, everything. I am a planner. I will make a list. We actually have these pre-made lists that we've been using for years. And it lets you fill in the number on there of how many of everything it needs. And then when I'm actually packing, just check it off as I go so I don't forget anything. But keep in mind, you're in Disney World. You're gonna shop. Like, it would be an anomaly for me that you're planning one of those big vacations. We're not talking about like the everyday goers or the Florida residents who just go in for a little day trip. We're talking about the people who are planning a Disney World vacation, that whether it's the once in a lifetime, their annual trip, you're probably going shopping. You're going to do some souvenir shopping. Don't overpack. You can get that t-shirt over there and you know what, wear it while you're on that trip. Why not? You're in Disney World. Why not wear your Disney merch? And then here's the other side of it. You don't want to overpack and have souvenirs that you want to bring home, and you don't want to pay the shipping that they're offering you at the store. Now you have nowhere to put it. You don't want to pay an overweight fee at your airline if you're traveling that way. But Disney World offers you an amazing amount of things. If you are staying in a Disney apartment, if you haven't seen our other video, take a look. They even offer groceries on property that you don't have to worry about. Laundry detergent on property, so you don't have to worry about bringing things like that if you're doing your laundry. But try to avoid overpacking. There are plenty of ample things that you can find on Disney property while you're there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, somebody has been the culprit of overpacking. And so we've had to, unfortunately, buy a luggage while we were down there.
Was it really unfortunate though? Because it was a really cute one. So, you guys know what I'm talking about. Was it unfortunate? Because
This
now
is
I have
grow-
a nice
This is grown math,
Now
and I will not have it. I will
now
not
I
have
have
it.
a nice Disney suitcase that I get to use every time we go.
I am jealous. She has one. I don't have one.
Maybe on that next trip.
God, I'm waiting for Donald Duck. You all know I'm waiting for the Donald. They had one. Oh, they had one years ago. Oh. Everyone has that one thing they regret not buying. For me, that Donald Duck luggage. I didn't need it, but I needed it.
And now you need it.
And now I need it. Okay, yeah, I needed it and I didn't get it, and I'm very upset. But on to the last mistake that we believe people do, and this is the worst one.
Yes.
You overplan / no rest. We have been
Culprits.
culprits of this one back in the day. Actually, no, I take it back. We did this on our very first trip with our oldest son, Daniel, right? We didn't take a
Yeah.
rest day, right?
We did not. And
We took rest.
I'm gonna give us a little caveat that it's okay that we did that because it was a great trip, but it's also was our first trip as parents.
So,
Like we were used to go
Yeah.
go as just us.
so, the mistake is that people don't make rest a priority.
Yes.
They don't plan for naps. They don't plan for rest days. They overplan everything down to the second, where this leads and weaves and turns to the other mistakes that we've talked about, like not knowing about park closures, not knowing about ride refurbishments, not knowing what things are going to be open or closed, and then that ruins
Their trip.
the entire layout of the trip because you had it planned down to the T. This is Walt Disney World. If you're going with little kids, if you don't already know, nothing ever goes as planned.
And nothing's ever on time.
Nothing's ever on time. You're never on time. Okay?
Especially when they're young.
What have we learned? It's amazing to rope drop when you have no children. You'll never make it to rope drop when you have children.
Oh my gosh, no. You're gonna value your sleep so much more.
You're going to value your sleep. You're going to value breakfast. Because as adults, you can work on no sleep. With no children, you can work on no sleep. And we're going to stop at Joffrey's and just get a croissant and coffee and go on that until 1 o'clock in the afternoon when we're hungry, and then just have french fries and then keep going.
Can't do that with kids.
Can't do that with children. I need a full belly breakfast. I need 2 cups of coffee before I even leave the hotel room.
But the kids need this too.
Yes.
But yeah, I get where he's going with this. Try not to overplan. And I say this because so many times we've done this in the past and other people have. They want to see everything. And I get that this may be a once in a lifetime trip for you and your family or you and your significant other. But Disney World is massive. You are not going to take 10 trips and still you will not have seen everything and done everything you've done. There are things that we haven't done when we go to Disney World still. And my best recommendation for that is pick your top 3 rides, your top 2 experiences, and your number 1 place to eat. Go through that with your family. Sit down, have that discussion, and determine what's important to you guys. That for that day at Magic Kingdom, these are the 3 rides you want to do. And if you know, like I said, make this work for you and your family. If there's 4 members in your family, 5 members in your family, each of you should discuss, okay, what is a must-do ride for you guys? For me, my must-do ride is
Go back and find out.
yeah, in another video. Go back and check us out, please. And then his must-do ride is different from mine. And you have to sit down and have those discussions. So yes, don't overplan, but do your research properly. If that's the best way to say, not don't plan your trip. Research properly beforehand so you can plan your trip accordingly. Because over planning is gonna get you. And then if you don't rest, like he said, which is the other half of this, we always build in a rest days in our trip because
I think for us, it's if we're doing 2 park days back to back, rest day.
oh yes,
So we've actually implemented a lot of those things. First thing was no more park day on travel day.
yes,
It's
too much. It's
that is the
overwhelming.
biggest mistake we made. Both times, I believe, we did it on landing day, on arrival day, and departure day.
That's correct.
That was, I think, for us, we cut out the departure day first,
Yes,
and we said no more. Daniel was
he was not
a-
having it. That's the best way to say he
Daniel
wasn't
was
having
a
it.
wreck at the airport. There was a lot of other mitigating circumstances to that, but yeah, no, we cut out going to the park on travel days, and now there's always at least one rest day in between, in the middle of the trip. Remember, this is supposed to be your family's vacation. It's not supposed to feel like you're on a set schedule and you have to be there. It's not a job. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to run or get somewhere, and if you don't, you're going to miss it.
If I can
Go ahead.
piggyback on
Yeah.
that, go at your children's pace. And please keep in mind, we are giving you a perspective, once again, from our family's point of view. Our kids are young. Obviously, if your kids are older, they can go at a different pace. But go at your children's pace. Don't forget to take in those seemingly insignificant moments can be extremely magical on your vacation. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in the past in some of our other videos. If you go back and look, you'll see. We stopped to take photos on Main Street in Magic Kingdom, and the photographer was amazing. All it was our son running at us, and the Magic Kingdom's castle is just
In the background.
prominent in the background, and he's got the biggest cheesing smile on his face. He's in his cute little Donald Duck onesie with his little shorts and sneakers running down Main Street at us. And
Nothing else matters.
like if you were like, okay, I have 5 minutes to take photos, you could possibly miss those little moments with your children. And okay, no, we have this dining reservation. We gotta go. We gotta do this. There's those little things that you might even miss a character walking through the park that'll stop and talk to you. So try not to overplan. That is, if there's anything you take away from this, I'm going to say overplanning is the biggest mistake I implore you not to do.
If you're tired from reciting your schedule for your theme park day, you probably did too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Do the 3-2-1 rule. Like I said.
like that.
The 3-2-1 rule. 3 rides, 2 experiences, 1 place to eat.
I like that. And on that note, thank you for sticking around this long.
Before he completely says goodbye, I would like to give a shout out to our friend Calvin, who was kind enough.
Oh yeah, someone's very excited about this. Got this at New York City Comic Con for us.
Hold on. There we go. There we go. No. Here, you do it. It is by far one of the most beautiful pieces of artwork I have. And he's gotten us a couple. But this is the most beautiful bell I have ever seen in my entire life. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Calvin. I know you're watching. And thank you. Oh, I like this one too, don't get me wrong. It is phenomenal, as you guys have seen in my previous videos. I am a big Haunted Mansion fan. So our friends know us very much. But
This is
she's beautiful. She is beautiful. I had to put her out there. We were trying to figure out, as you've seen in our old, if you guys have been sticking around with us for long, that we've been putting something out during each video. She had to be the one today.
We don't have anything for Thanksgiving, so she'll do.
She is worthy.
She will do. Hit that like, subscribe,
Ring
comment,
that bell.
ring that bell for notifications as to when we're getting videos.
Come
Okay.
back, see us, give us some comments down below, heart our videos.
Follow us on all of our
it.
socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all at the Castle Family Vlog. We're trying our best to put out reels. We're trying our best to put out cute little things that we're working on. We're really working on the weekly life vlog. So,
Yeah, that's non-Disney, but still stick around and check us out. We're entertaining.
we are. I mean, you all saw how good my wife is on the fly hemming her dress. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, we'll link that
So,
little video down
yeah,
below.
that was a great
Any
one.
of the videos we talked about today, we'll drop them down below, so
So-
it's easy for you guys to get to. But thank you so much for sticking around this long. Thank you for coming back. If you've seen this before, and if you haven't, thank you for coming by for the first time to check us out. And on that note, bye.